Good morning, students. I hope you all are absolutely fine. I am your science teacher Rekha Davar. Today we are going to learn class 10th chemistry chapter number 2, that is acid, bases and salts. What are acid, bases and salts? All the chemical compounds are classified on the basis of their chemical properties. I am going to tell you about acids. Acids are those substances which have Sarent test. Number 2, they changes from blue litmus to red. Just opposite to the acid, bases properties are there. The bases are bitter in taste. The bitter is literally like bitter gourd. You must have tasted. Its taste is very bitter. Number 2, when we are touching the bases, its touch is like soapy. You must be knowing how the soapy touch is very smooth and very foamy like that. So same touch bases are having. Number 3, they are changes from red litmus to blue. What are salts? Salts क्या होते हैं? The salts are when acids and bases both are reacting to each other. By neutralization reaction we get salts. So these I have classified acids, bases and salts. Now coming on next, some natural sources are there in which we find acids. First is vinegar. Vinegar we used to call at home also sirka. Your mom must be knowing the term. And vinegar, the acid present in vinegar are acetic acid. Now coming on number 2, the fruits like orange or lemon, they are having citric acid in it. Tamarind is having tartaric acid. Tomato, do you know what is tamarind? Tamarind is imli, we can say. Tomato, oxalic acid is there. Curd is lactic acid is there. And ant stings when ants are having their stings, and in the point of stings they are having acids. When they used to bite our skin, so we feel burning sensation. That is only because of they are having acid in it, and the acid is methanoic acid. Now after this we are going to learn about chemical reactions. According to chemical properties, we are going to learn about the chemical reaction of acids and bases. First, we are reacting acid with metals. The reaction occurs is when zinc metal is dissolved with diluted acid. The product will get, that is salt and hydrogen gas. Metal we are taking, that is zinc and hydrochloric acid. Sulfuric acid. So in that condition, sulfuric acid, the sodium compound is weaker, so it is going to break down, and zinc is going to combine with SO4 molecules, and it is going to make ZnSO4, that is zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. Next, it is reacting with non-metals. In non-metals, when acid is reacting with non-metals, here metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate reacting with acid, it gives you salt plus carbon dioxide plus water. Always remember, whenever carbonate is reacting, the product we are getting, definitely carbon dioxide will get as a product, and that will be in the form of gas. So CO3 when reacting with HCl, the product we will get that CaCl2, water and carbon dioxide. Here carbon dioxide is going to evolve in the brisk effervescence form. Next is when lime water is reacting with carbon dioxide, it gives you white PPT form of calcium carbonate. The calcium carbonate you are going to receive, that will be in the milky form, white PPT form, and water. Next, when calcium carbonate is now when excessive we are giving carbon dioxide in the solution, so it is going to give us colorless solution. Second example is for the same, when calcium carbonate is reacting with water, and here excessive carbon dioxide is flowing in the reactant. The product we are getting, that is calcium bicarbonate, and this will be totally transparent or white in color. Next one is reaction with non-metal. When acid is reacting with non-metals, we are getting that is salt and water. An example we are taking, that is copper oxide. When copper oxide is reacting with HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, the product we will get, that is copper chloride and water. Now coming on reaction of bases, when bases are reacting, what we are going to receive? Active metal, when reacting with strong bases, we will get salt as well as hydrogen gas. For getting hydrogen gas, we have to take both the things in active and strong form. Here we have taken zinc sulfide. Zinc sulfide is reacting with the aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide. The product we will get, that is sodium zincate and hydrogen gas. Next, when bases are reacting with non-metals, they are acidic in nature, so they are known as acidic oxide also. Here bases are reacting with non-metallic oxide, we will get salt and water. Carbon dioxide, here we are getting that when carbonate component in acid are reacting, so the product we are getting, that is carbon dioxide gas. Just opposite of that we will get in the reaction of bases. Here carbon dioxide is reacting with slag lime, that is calcium hydroxide, and the product we are getting, that is calcium carbonate, just opposite of the acid reaction and water. Now I am going to tell you the acids and the bases, when they are dissolving in water, what they are doing. When they are dissolved in water solution, acid gives the hydrogen positive ions, as hydrogen ions cannot exist alone, so they are combined with water and they give you, that is hydronium, that is H3O. So when acid is reacting with water, we are getting hydrogen positive ions as well as we can get H3O ions also. When bases are added in water, we are getting OH negative ions. Few precautions are there which we should take care of. That I am going to explain you that also. Now I am going to tell you the precautions we should take when we are reacting acid and bases with water. Whenever we are using acid and bases and they are reacting with water, the reaction takes place, that is exothermic. Exothermic means lot of heat is produced. So in that condition, some chances are there of mishappening. So be careful whenever exothermic reaction is taking place. You have to be careful for that, because when you are adding these liquids in water, may be possible it can splash or it can burn your skin also. So please take care of this thing, and that is the reason on the bottles also it is this instruction is also mentioned for taking the precaution. Now we are going to learn about next topic, that is indicators. Indicators are those substances which shows the presence of acid and bases. First one, there are two types of indicators, natural and synthetic indicators. First I am going to tell you about natural indicators. When natural indicators are used in acid and in alkali solutions, they are giving the different colors. First, litmus. When natural litmus is there, the color in acid it is giving you red, but in alkali solution it is going to turn into blue. Red cabbage juice is also one of the example. In acid it shows the color red, but in alkali it shows the color green. It changes. Next, turmeric. Turmeric you can see at home also. When you are adding in acid reaction, it is yellow in color, but in alkali it is reddish brown in color. Last one is the flowers of hydrogenia, that is blue in acid and they are pink in alkali solution. We are going to learn about synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators are manufactured in the laboratories. Some example of synthetic indicators are methyl orange, phenolphthalein, methylene blue and methyl red. Right now I am showing you methyl orange and phenolphthalein. When phenolphthalein is reacting in acid, it is colorless, but in alkali solution it is pink in color. In neutral solution it is again colorless. Methyl orange in acid it is red in color, yellow in alkali solution and orange in neutral solution. Now olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators are those indicators which we can recognize by their odor, by their smell. For example, vanilla and onion. These are the two examples which we can see that in acid they are present. When they are in the acid they give you some smell, but they are not giving you any odor and bases. So for the today's video, I hope that's enough for you. I'll be back with you with the new video. Till then, all of you, bye.